Bootsy, what do you think? What do you think? Come on. Come on. Come on. Crazy cat. Well, folks, it's been a while since I filmed. It's been a long while. Look at this. We are in 10 inches of snow in March. This is the most snow we've had all year. It's been a very, it's been wet, but has not nearly been as wet as the first time when we moved here. Almost there, but Ski Hill's been suffering. Not much snow for the hills, but holy smokes, I woke up this morning, no power, and an incredible dump of snow that's still falling. So I thought I would just update you on what's going on here. We're kind of prepping for another summer, getting the garden sort of sorted out. I'm going to start building some raised beds because it was really hard on our back last year. So I'm going to do that. The ugly house is still pretty ugly from the outside, but I'm planning on getting the siding on. I've gotten part of it on the outside. I don't know if you remember last year I bought a whole lift of Hardy Plank 4x10 sheets for very cheap, which will make it very easy. It goes up quick. It's just very, very heavy. So it's a 2-man job minimum. The inside is almost done, which is exciting. The bathroom toilet is flushing and working. Just waiting on the kitchen, getting an IKEA kitchen to put in there. So yeah, it's fun. We're hanging pictures on the wall and getting that thing less ugly, but it's going to stay the ugly house. We just can't change that. I don't know why it's in our heads. It's just not, another name is not sticking. So that is going to remain the ugly house, and people are going to question that. So the big thing, hear that cracking? It's eerie. There's so much weight on the trees. I woke up this morning. It's so quiet out here, which is beautiful. No cars are driving. And all you can hear is cracking branches from the weight of the snow. Quite eerie. Yeah. So the big thing that's going on is this house. The house is too small for us. We submitted for permits. We decided to go the permit route. Not the route I prefer to go for my own projects, but I don't want to get caught. It's a big job. So what we're doing is we're adding 16 feet onto the house. So this is all getting removed here, and we're digging it down so it's the same level as the basement over here. So the basement is lower right now than the mudroom. This is ground height. So this is going to go down and it's going to come out 16 feet. And then we're going to build up the whole elevation of the house with a different roof line that will be a lot shallower. It won't be as steep. So that we can basically give ourselves a larger living room area. So our whole kitchen is going to move out. And then this area where our kitchen now sits will be the dining room. It'll give us another bedroom upstairs. So we have 2 bedrooms right now. The kids are sharing a room. We need a 3rd bedroom. And it'll also give us down on the basement level a root cellar on one side. So it's going to be a long kind of dark room there. And on the other side here, on the outside, we're going to have a big kind of food prep, kitchen prep area for all of the produce. So it's a big one. It's going to be all summer. I've got some really good people in town that are going to help me work on it. I've got a carpenter friend who lives just down the road who's going to help me work on this. It's going to mean jackhammering up, taking all this off, jackhammering up the bottom, all the formwork. We're also going to build a big deck out here as well, tacking onto that, and a little Juliet deck off the master bedroom. So all of our savings are going to be poured into that, but it kind of has to happen. And I've been getting a little overwhelmed at times, and then other times I feel like, yeah, we got this. So I'm learning just to go with the flow, because worry won't change a thing. And so trying to get my head in the right space. I do want to get lots of help as I can, because I don't want to be doing this myself. So that's where we're at. We're kind of gearing up for this. It's probably as soon as the snow dissipates, I'm going to start removing drywall on the inside. I bought myself a tipper trailer, which I'm going to Vancouver to pick up because so many dump runs and there's nowhere to get a trailer down nice and close to the project. The bins won't fit down there. So that's kind of where we're at. Brass kind of Cole's notes. Lots of other things going on. We got to prune all these trees. We got 4 of them done, or Tara has, and we got to get the rest of them done. I've been really focusing on getting this done, and that's been my main focus, to try and get this finished so that we can, on the inside for sure anyway, so that we can move in there when we need to. Wanted to give you a little update on what is still named the Ugly House, the inside of the Ugly House. Yeah, it's on the home stretch, so let me give you a little update here. So the floor, starting at the floor, I decided to go with this Baltic birch plywood. When I plywooded the floor, I was kind of like, I like how big it makes it feel, plain. And a few people tried to talk me out of it, saying, you know, the edges are going to fray. This is 5 foot by 5 foot board. It's the top quality stuff because it has a really thick veneer. Like if you get the cheap Chinese stuff, the veneer is so thin it peels up. I filled the gaps, and the you know, close up you can see a bit bumpy here, but from far away it blended in pretty well. I hit it with some whitewash stain, and then I did 3 layers of water-based matte Varathane. This stuff here, which I've used before, works great. The only slight little downside is that little hairs showed up in the roller and kind of got rolled in. So on close inspection, you can see some hairs kind of under the thin stuff. But anyway, it's very, very simple, kind of Scandinavian looking. The trim, I went with the cheapest thing I could find, which was this kiln dried pine, and it's really cheap. And I whitewashed the one side of it, and I've used that for the baseboard and for the trim around the windows here. And trimmed out the door, so it's all kind of got a bit of a white tone to it. Had a little mishap with the fireplace. Went away to Mexico, came back, and the glass had imploded. What I think happened is that the pilot light down there wasn't spreading over here, and so what I think happened is this built up with gas, and when it finally lit, it exploded. Unfortunately, the glass cost as much as the fireplace cost me. It's actually more. It's $400 for a piece of ceramic glass. I'm still ahead of the curve a little bit because this thing only cost me $300. But fingers crossed, big fingers crossed, when this glass comes, it doesn't do the same thing. So I'm on final coat of paint on the walls, getting the trim done. Back wall is done. I do need to build a little bed frame here. It's going to be just 3.5 inches off the ground. I'm just going to do that with regular 2x material, maybe plywood. Got one more piece of flooring to put in. The bathroom is all tiled. That was quite the job. I made this very simple vanity. It still has a shelf that needs to go in here. It's not fine finished. It's not furniture grade by any means, but this is some white oak, or some oak 2x2, pre-finished 2x2 that I had kicking around in my shop. And threw together a vanity. If I could have done something different, I would have drawn this out, and it would have quickly made sense that the vanity should probably go over here. Because now I have a bit of an access issue into the shower. Really what I'm going to need to do is put a piece of glass here, and a door in the middle. But trying to keep costs down, what I think I'm going to do is put a panel of glass that kind of comes up to that box about halfway. And then there'll be about a 2-foot little slip where you can walk in to the shower, and I don't think there'll be too much splash over into the toilet. If there is, I can put a door in at the end there. Glass is so expensive, it's almost doubled in price, so a piece of glass with a door in the middle is probably going to cost close to 3,000 bucks, I bet. I do need to get a piece of threshold made, so I'm going to get a bit of quartz offcut cut for this so I can put on top. Yeah, the water heater has finally gone in and it works like a charm. Fires up, gives you hot water. I'd like to put this unit in my house, to be honest with you. It's a beauty. I think they're all heat on demand, work the same. This is a brand that I've used in the cabin. And I got the kitchen to do, so I'm going to put a little IKEA run in here, and then probably do some open shelving on top. So that'll go in, and then we're almost there. So it's really feeling close. It's been a long haul. We're not over yet because the whole outside has to be sided, but it's shocking to me how long this has taken. I have been distracted jumping on other jobs. I've done every stitch of this almost, every bit of it except for the drywall myself. And it's slow going when you do that. And there's so many steps to it. But this part of the game is starting to is fun because you're doing finishing, you're doing the last touches. So I'm excited. Getting this kitchen in is going to be a big step. And probably have a whole bunch of hurdles to jump through there too. So yeah, little update for you folks.